All right, let's talk about something that everyone secretly wants but rarely admits. Being liked. Nobody wants to walk into a room and feel invisible. Nobody wants to talk and get that awkward silence in return. We all want to be the kind of person that people naturally gravitate toward. But here's the problem. Most people try way too hard. They overcompensate. They try to be funny. They force fake confidence. And instead of being likable, they come off as desperate for approval, which is the fastest way to make people not like you. So how do you actually do it? How do you make people like you without forcing it? Give me a few minutes and I'll break it down. Stop trying to be liked. It's making you less likable. This is where most people go wrong. They walk into social situations focused on themselves. Do they like me? Am I being funny enough? Am I making a good impression? And in doing so, they actually push people away. Why? Because when you're too focused on yourself, you're not present. You're not actually engaged in the conversation. You're performing. And people can sense that. The fix? Stop making every interaction about you. Instead, shift your focus to them. Be curious. Pay attention. Listen more than you speak. Because when you stop obsessing over being liked, people naturally start liking you. The one thing people actually want. Let me tell you something about human nature. People love to feel seen. Not in the "you're so deep and mysterious" way, but in the simple, "hey, I notice you exist" way. And if you can give people that feeling, they'll like you instantly. How do you do it? Active observation. Notice their vibe, their energy, what they're doing. Pay attention to details, their outfit, their drink, their mood. Then comment on it in a way that invites, not demands, a response. For example, someone's wearing a bright yellow jacket. That's a bold color choice, I respect it. They're holding an iced coffee in freezing weather? That's some serious commitment to caffeine. They keep checking their phone, waiting for an escape plan, or just avoiding eye contact like the rest of us? It's simple, but it works. Because people love when others actually pay attention to them. Use the same energy rule. People mirror energy. If you come in stiff, awkward, and hesitant, they'll reflect that back. If you come in relaxed, open, and comfortable, they'll mirror that too. It's called emotional contagion, and it's why you can feel tension in a room before anyone even speaks. So instead of overthinking, match their energy. If they're quiet and reserved, don't come in loud and aggressive. Ease into it. If they're upbeat and playful, don't hit them with a serious TED Talk. Meet people where they are, and they'll feel naturally comfortable around you. Talk like a normal human being. Some of you need to hear this. Stop trying to sound impressive. No one likes the guy who turns every conversation into a flex. Nobody wants to talk to a walking resume. You don't have to be smart, funny, or interesting. You just have to be real. If you don't know something, don't pretend you do. If you make a joke and it flops, laugh it off. If a conversation dies out, don't panic. Just let it breathe. Authenticity beats trying too hard every single time. The 80-20 rule of conversation. Here's a little secret. People love talking about themselves. So if you want to be instantly likable, let them. A good rule of thumb is 80% them, 20% you. Ask about their experiences. React to what they say. Throw in your own thoughts briefly, then bring it back to them. And no, this doesn't mean turning into an interviewer. Just follow the thread of the conversation instead of waiting for your turn to talk. People will leave the interaction thinking, "Wow, I really like that person," when really, they just liked how they felt around you. Don't be afraid of silence. You know what's worse than an awkward silence? Someone who panics and starts oversharing to fill the gap. Not every moment needs to be filled with words. Some of the most charismatic people, they're comfortable with silence. Because when you don't rush to fill every gap, it makes the other person lean in instead of pull away. So next time there's a pause, just own it. Take a sip of your drink. Look around. Let the moment breathe. You'll be surprised how much more natural your conversations feel. Walk away first. Here's a little psychological trick. End the conversation first. Why? Because people remember how interactions end. If you always wait for the other person to leave first, you seem passive. But if you casually exit at a high point, you leave them wanting more. Mid-laugh? All right, I gotta go, but this was fun. Good back and forth? All right, I'll let you get back to it. Catch you later. This flips the script. You leave on a high note, and they associate that positive energy with you. Final thoughts. It's not that deep. At the end of the day, being likable isn't about performing. It's not about having the best stories, the best jokes, or the perfect things to say. It's about making people feel seen, matching their energy, letting them talk, not overthinking everything. Because the truth is, most people are too caught up in their own heads to analyze everything you say. So relax, be present, show up like a normal human being. Do that, and people won't just like you. They'll remember you.